Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to completely transform how you view order fulfillment. For far too long, logistics has just been treated as this dusty back-office cost center, kind of like a necessary evil of doing business, right? Well, today, we're shifting that perspective entirely. We're going to show you exactly how to turn your fulfillment operations into a massive competitive advantage.
But before we get into the actual mechanics of how to do this, I want you to consider this high-stakes reality: 84%. That is the percentage of consumers who will completely abandon your brand after experiencing just one single bad delivery or difficult return. I mean, think about the marketing dollars you spend acquiring a customer, only to lose them at the very last step just because a box arrived late or had the wrong item in it. Fulfillment is, quite literally, where your brand promises are either kept or broken. So to prevent you from losing those incredibly valuable customers, we'll be focusing on three fundamental pillars today: mastering order workflows, automating with advanced tech, and elevating the customer experience.
Let's jump right into part 1, mastering order workflows.
We're starting right down on the warehouse floor to really optimize the physical reality of things. Every single package that leaves your facility goes through this core, 4-step fulfillment lifecycle. It starts with receiving and storing inbound inventory, then moves to processing the payment and allocating stock, triggers the physical picking and packing, and finally ends with shipping and dispatch. Mastering each transition point between these 4 steps, that is the absolute key to true operational efficiency. If just one step lags, the whole chain breaks.
Now, as you can see here, you can't just send workers out to pick items randomly. Honestly, it's like wandering a massive grocery store without a shopping list. You have to choose the right strategy for your specific business. For instance, if you have a lot of SKU overlap across your orders, choosing a batch picking methodology lets a worker pick items for multiple orders simultaneously. That drastically reduces travel distance. Or, if you run a complex multi-channel operation, wave picking lets you batch orders by shipping times or carrier schedules. Basically, choosing the right methodology naturally optimizes your entire labor load.
Beyond just picking strategies, there are some really foundational practices to reduce errors. Simply optimizing your inventory slotting, which just means placing your fast-moving inventory near the packing stations, can actually reduce picker travel time by up to 40%. Combine that with double-scan barcode verifications at both the picking and packing stages, and you effectively stop mispicks before they ever even enter the shipping box.
To really ground this in reality, let's look at a total nightmare scenario. Imagine an e-commerce brand experiencing a massive growth surge. Sounds great, right? But because they were relying on manual, paper-based, single-order picking, they totally hit a wall. Their fulfillment backlog stretched to 3 days, and their mispick rate hit a disastrous 15%. Customer complaints spiked, refund costs went through the roof, and warehouse staff were probably burning out on enough overtime to fund a small country.
But here is the turnaround. By simply overhauling their workflow, implementing batch picking alongside basic handheld RF scanners and automated weight check scales, the results were literally night and day. They dropped that 15% mispick rate all the way down to a near-perfect 0.2% within just 30 days. And even better, they increased their order fulfillment dispatch speed by a staggering 300%, achieving same-day dispatch. That is the true power of optimized workflows.
All right, moving on to part 2, automating with advanced tech.
Let's talk about giving your warehouse digital superpowers. What's really interesting here is the sheer scale of output you can achieve. Manual paper picking gets you about 60 to 80 orders an hour. Add a warehouse management system and RF scanners, and you jump to 200. Introduce autonomous mobile robots, and you hit 450. But transitioning all the way to a fully robotic, automated storage and retrieval system, that increases your hourly output to over 600 orders per hour. Guys, that's a 600% increase in output while simultaneously cutting labor costs per unit by over half. No way around it, that's a real game changer.
However, none of those massive gains are possible without a WMS, or warehouse management system. Think of the WMS as the central digital brain of your facility. It's not just a tracking tool. It coordinates dynamic stock locations, algorithmically directs picker routes to minimize walking, manages your workforce, and updates your overarching systems instantly. It's absolutely crucial.
Once your WMS is in place, then you can introduce robotics. AMRs, which stands for Autonomous Mobile Robots, represent a massive leap in efficiency because they totally flip the traditional picking model on its head. Instead of humans walking 10 miles a day around a massive warehouse, AMRs utilize a goods-to-person model. They navigate the floor and transport the actual shelf units directly to stationary human pickers. It completely eliminates travel fatigue. Now, for operations needing absolute maximum throughput and high-density storage, ASRS systems are the pinnacle. These automated storage and retrieval systems utilize computer-controlled cranes to retrieve goods vertically. Basically, they take human travel out of the equation completely, maximizing your warehouse's vertical footprint and driving that massive 600-plus orders per hour metric we saw just a moment ago.
But, the tech goes way beyond just moving boxes around. Layering in real-time intelligence is where the real magic happens. For example, using RFID tagging allows you to scan entire incoming pallets in seconds without even needing a direct line of sight. That alone can boost your receiving speeds by 90%. Meanwhile, predictive demand forecasting uses AI to analyze historical sales and seasonal trends, so you basically have stock perfectly positioned before a demand surge even happens.
Okay, let's wrap up with part 3, elevating the customer experience.
For our final pillar, we have to completely change our mindset. We need to view the back end of logistics as a frontline brand reputation tool. And the biggest shift required here is around reverse logistics, or, returns. Returns aren't a financial loss. They are a massive customer retention asset if you handle them correctly. By streamlining this process, like utilizing self-service return portals where customers can print their own labels, partnering for consolidated backhauling, and offering instant exchanges, you can effortlessly convert a frustrated customer into a fiercely loyal one.
It's actually incredible how simple policies directly affect the bottom line. Look at this. Just having a clear and simple return policy displayed right on your checkout page can drastically reduce buyer friction, which lowers your cart abandonment rate by up to 25%. On top of that, offering QR code drop-offs in local retail hubs increases customer convenience and entirely eliminates those annoying shipping label errors.
Operationally speaking, returns shouldn't just clog up your warehouse. By integrating return inspection scanners directly with your WMS inventory availability, you achieve automated restocking. This allows you to rapidly triage items, recovering inventory value at lightning speed. It ensures that perfectly good, sellable products are returned to active stock within 24 hours, rather than just gathering dust in some massive returns pile in the corner.
So how do we pull this all together into winning at order fulfillment?
The big takeaway here is that mastering fulfillment isn't just about buying a single fancy robot or a new piece of software. It's about holistically connecting all these systems together to create a seamless end-to-end operation. So, to summarize our best practices, first, optimize your process by standardizing layouts, adopting batch or wave picking, and enforcing double scan verifications. Second, integrate technology by deploying a robust WMS and exploring automation tools for real-time synchronization. And third, always prioritize the customer experience with transparent tracking and hassle-free return portals. That's how you turn operational efficiency into unbreakable brand trust.
I want to leave you with a final thought today to really challenge how you view your supply chain moving forward. Take a hard look at your own operations and ask yourself, is your fulfillment center just shipping boxes out the door, or is it actively building brand loyalty? By mastering your workflows, integrating smart technology, and prioritizing the customer experience, you can ensure your answer is always the latter. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.